donated by the Louisville Producers Dairy Co-op. We would like to thank some of our sponsors, Louisville Producers Dairy Co-op, Andy Laszlo, Bill Dustin, and Caitlin. Kraft Heinz, Jessica Hosler, and thank you for your generous support in providing these cheeses for the auction today. We'd also like to thank De La Belle Direct, Brian Payne, for thanking you for your ongoing support for the milking parlor and donations and service and supplies. So right now we are going to start off with the parade of enhancement calves. This year's recipients were Connor Cummings and Carly Schneider. We will be handing out 2 banners. So if you see these in the barn, this means that these calves were donated by the Dairy Industry Building. These first 2 are this year's recipients.
The Dairy of Distinction program is based on the concept that attractive farmsteads enhance consumer confidence in the dairy industry. This year's Dairy of Distinction Award goes to Joe Schultz and his partner Diana Browdy, located on the East Road in Loudville. In 1973, Joe's parents, Tom and Peggy, bought the farm in Loudville, milking 40 cows. Joe grew up on the farm, and his parents were involved in many community activities, which has become very important to Joe and his involvement in the community, making a difference in what he believes and mentoring youth about agriculture. In 1988, Joe received his Bachelor of Science degree in Ag, Economics, and Animal Science, and worked off the farm for 5 years with the USDA in Oswego County, and returned to the family farm in 1993. Joe took over the farm in 1993, milking the same 40 cows, and then built onto the barn in 98, milking 50 cows. The farm has 150 tillable acres, growing corn and haylage. In 2011, Joe did not want to expand the herd and was approached about making cheese curd and the growing meat for the local product. That was when Schultz Family Cheese was created, and now produces 600 pounds of cheese curd a week and ships fluid milk to Loudville producers. Quality milk is very important to Joe, and that is why the flavor to his sweet cheese is so delicious. Please join me in congratulating Joe and Diana for maintaining an attractive farmstead and enhancing consumer confidence in the Northeast dairy industry.
Now we're going to be doing the Young Farmer Award, sponsored by the Dairy Industry Building and presented by Melissa Spence.
Since 1975, the Lewis County Dairy Industry Building Committee has honored a young dairy farmer who has exhibited sound management practices and helped them stand out from their peers. They are nominated by someone in the local community and recognized for their level of dairy herd, crop, and financial management. This year, the Dairy Industry Building Committee and I are honored to present the Lewis County Young Farmer Award to Robbie and his wife Maisie and brother Chad Sullivan of Sullivan Farms. In 1973, their parents, Robert and Patty Sullivan, purchased the farm with only 14 heifers. In 2003, a fire destroyed the farm, and as all farmers do when help is needed, the community chipped in to rebuild the farm. In 2008, a partnership was formed with their mother, Patty, milking 60 Holstein cows. Maisie graduated from Morrisville State College in 2013 with an associate's degree in dairy science. Both Robbie and Chad have been volunteer firefighters in the past and still try to dedicate time for barn fires in the area. Today, Sullivan's milk 110 Holstein cows in a freestall facility with 35 young stock. Everyone works together with a little outside help. They own several acres of land, growing 110 acres of corn, 250 acres of hay, and in the near future they will be expanding and building onto the dry cow facility barn. The Sullivans have been awarded milk quality awards for 10 consecutive years, and in 2025 they won first place for milk quality from the Loudville Producers Dairy Co-op. What a great accomplishment. Robbie and Maisie have 3 children, Bristol, Kason, and Opie. Please join me in congratulating Robbie, Maisie, and Chad Sullivan and their family from Constableville, New York as recipients of the Lewis County 2026 Young Farmer Award. They will receive a wooden plaque and a monetary check for $100 from the Dairy Industry Building. Congratulations. is actively involved in farming and have been involved in bettering their community and our Farm Bureau members. This year's recipient of the Distinguished Farmer Award saw a future across the ocean and immigrated to North America in 1982. He was 22, she was 18, when they moved to Canada from the Netherlands to work on a chicken farm for another Dutch family. At the time, they barely spoke English and neither knew what the future would hold for them. They realized that chicken farming was not for them, so they started a 27-cow dairy in Winchester, Ontario. Feeling limited by the Canadian dairy system, they started looking south. After 9 years in Canada, Han and Kareem Vonderweken purchased a 500-acre, 185-cow farm from Michael and Barbara Mosier in Casterland, New York. In October 1991, they moved their family, 3 young daughters and a 4th on the way. Han and Kareem started all over again, albeit with better English this time, in another new country with a new community. Taking over the Mosier farm definitely had a lot of challenges, but hard work was never an issue. Over the years, they expanded their dairy to 500 cows and sought to purchase more land. Han used Dutch farming techniques to fix up the land and increase their yields. This led to him doing custom work for other farms, and despite the long hours, Han loved doing the work. Kareem, along with their long-trusted help, Marjorie Meister, did most of the milking, with their daughters helping alongside as needed until they went to college. Kareem also handled all the bookkeeping for the farm over the years. In 2012, they purchased another farm in Evans Mills. The new farm needed a lot of improvements, making for long hours, but the reward was worth it when seeing the final result. Eventually, they started thinking about their so-called retirement. Truthfully, full retirement will never happen, as long as Han can say tractors or field work or comes across an opportunity he just can't resist. In 2022, Han and Kareem sold the dairy in Casterland to Beller Farms. Han obviously couldn't retire cold turkey, so he got his first and only job as an hourly employee, and for a year he continued getting up at 4:30 every morning to help with feeding for Bellers. The farm in Evans Mills was sold in 2023, marking the end of their dairy business. With this award, we also like to recognize how a farmer has contributed to their community. When I asked other farmers what Han has done in the community, I heard that he was helpful to neighbors and always willing to mentor young people with advice and at times loaning or renting equipment to help them get started. He helped several young farmers in the area get started by selling them mixed rations, allowing them to maximize limited capital. Han also brought different ways of farming and a different way of looking at things that inadvertently taught new techniques to the farming community. With his creative business mind, he also took custom farming to the next level, with quality feed always being his goal. Their hard work and kindness earned them the respect of their employees, especially their Hispanic employees, as the Vonderwekens could appreciate the particular challenges that immigrant faces. In their next era, they are now raising Angus beef calves and focusing on crops. You can still find Han doing the custom work he loves and fixing up land any chance he gets. As Kareem and Han enter the latest chapter, they're grateful to keep doing what brings them joy. Please join me in congratulating Han and Kareem Vonderweken as the recipients of the 2026 Distinguished Farmer Award.
being involved in agriculture. He cemented that connection when he began teaching agriculture at South Louis High School, a post he held for 35 years. Kelly quickly embraced the all-hands-on-deck farming and teaching lifestyle, working in the barn with Bruce during a February blizzard that of course brought a stubborn calf, to creating county fair parade floats, to making all sorts of baked goods for FFA meetings, to helping their 3 kids prepare their animals for the show ring or for 4-H public presentations. For many years, you could find Kelly in the fair office and Bruce coordinating the animal barns during fair week. Bruce and Kelly moved back to Deer River, where they raised laying hens, meat rabbits, and have a small-scale maple sugaring operation that they run with their family, reinvigorating the Rohr family's Cedar Ledge farm legacy. They're members of the New York State Maple Producers Association and have an Audubon Society bird-friendly certified maple operation. Bruce and Kelly have fostered hundreds, maybe thousands of people's love and appreciation of agriculture, showing them it's more than farming, more than cows, plows, and sows. They've logged thousands of miles in minivans and buses to afford young people in Lewis County the opportunity to experience the world, to see leadership in action. They've shared their passion with their family, former students, and friends, and are always happy to talk about their garden or maple season. They've shown us that it's the people, the community you build and come to rely upon that make a difference in this world.